morning and welcome to our bulletin tonight. This Saturday report, it is the 6th day of the month of December 2025. My name is Chemutai Kirui and my producer tonight is James Ondieki. Now looking at the highlights, Kenya's political and development debates intensified today as PS Jonathan Mweke dismisses claims of manipulation in the Mbeere North by-elections, while Education Committee member Joseph Makilap defended the government's directive for JSS teachers to sign new contracts. And in Meru County, leaders raised alarm over a sharp rise in teenage pregnancies linked to poverty and lack of guidance as the country simultaneously moved closer to vaccine self-reliance, with Kenya Biovax Institute announcing plans to begin local production by the year 2027. This and more on our bulletin tonight. My name is Chemutai Kirui. Our first story, Principal Secretary Jonathan Mweke is pushing back strongly against claims by Wiper leader Kalonzo Musyoka that the Mbeere North by-election was manipulated. Mweke maintains the win reflects genuine voter confidence in Kenya Kwanza's development record, saying that communities are responding to visible improvements driven by the government's economic transformation agenda.
Juzi nyinyi wananchi mliona hapa jirani Mbeere kulikuwa na uchaguzi. Mlipata habari? Mlipata habari? Nani alishinda hiyo uchaguzi? Kwa mlengo ya nani? Ya serikali. Kwa sababu wananchi sahi wamechanuka. Rais hakupata hizo kura zote juu ati watu wa Mbeere wanampenda kama mtu, hapana. Ni yule kijana alipata pesa ya Hustler Fund akapigia rais. Yule mwingine akapata pesa ya Nyota akaanzisha biashara akapigia rais. Kijana mwingine kutoka Higher Education Funding akapata loan akalipiwa university akapigia rais. Mwingine akapata kula wakapigia rais. Mwingine akapata subsidy ya fertilizer akapigia rais. Mwingine mama mboga alikuwa anauza kwa mvua akichomeka na jua akapata modern market akapigia rais. Mwingine kwa kijiji akapata last mile stima kwa nyumba yake akapigia rais. Mwingine mfugaji akapata vaccination akapigia rais. Mkulima wa kahawa mapato yake ikaenda double akapigia rais. Nyinyi mnaona hiyo trend ya maendeleo? Watu sahihi wanaangalia ni nini serikali inawafanyia. Ndio mumbeona hapa PS Gitonga ametangaza zile viti zote 7 zilienda kwa mrengo ya serikali kwa sababu ya miradi serikali inafanya kuinua wananchi wetu bottom up na kuhakikisha watu wetu wapate pesa mfukoni. Leo tuko hapa na waziri wetu Chemutai Kirui, maneno ya dairy. Tumeleta milk coolers 4 za hii area ya South Imenti kwa sababu tunajua nyinyi ni wakulima wa bidii na mnazalisha maziwa zaidi.
Meanwhile, Baringo North Member of Parliament Joseph Makilap has defended the government's directive requiring junior secondary school teachers to sign new contracts. He said the move is necessary to streamline staffing under the competency-based curriculum and to ensure accountability, despite growing concern from teachers about job security.
For the JSS teachers to be employed on permanent and pensionable is not a walk in the park. Sio kitu ya kusema kwa chukua hapa confirm. When you confirm there is notice, what do? Watu watakula nini bila hii? So what we are telling you, and I want to speak from point of authority, is allow us to look for money in supplementary to ensure that when they are promoted, they get salary.
We believe with your guidance and your presence in that education committee, you will do something for us. So we are saying as teachers, we shall come January, we shall not go back to class without.
Elsewhere, Meru County is raising alarm over a surge in teenage pregnancies, with more than 4,300 cases reported in just 5 months. Officials link the crisis to poverty, limited sex education, and parental neglect, especially in Tigania and Igembe, and are calling for coordinated action to protect vulnerable girls and to support teenage mothers in the county.
One, when there is no money for food, for fees, for pant, for clothing or anything, the girl will go out to look for money. And there are people there, men, sorry to say, they are there. And they are looking for these young girls. And then there's disadvantage to these girls. And there's even abuse. You have heard there's rape, there's sexual abuse, and these girls get teenage pregnancy. When they get teenage pregnancy, then they don't know how even to take care of that pregnancy or take care of that girl, of that baby. And we teach them that when this baby comes, the baby needs to be taken care of well. You cover the baby well, you clean the baby well, you make sure the baby is breastfeeding, you make sure the baby is protected from diseases that is now feeding properly. We also encourage their mother that because this one is still a child, help them, help this child, show them how to do it. And more so, if it is very possible, please take care of this child and let them go back to school. When this girl goes back to school, then we kind of break that poverty, and then the family will break that cycle of poverty. And we also talk to mothers. Mothers are very influential. So we know when a mother is sure to talk to the girl, this girl will be influenced both by the church, by the community, because the community system, if it is there, we retain good values. We teach them good values. And you tell them your time will come. So hold on. You don't have to rush because of peer pressure. You don't have to rush. And we also talk about the girls going higher. Because, you know, if a girl is taught, if a girl learns, if a girl understands, then that family or the community will also benefit from them. We have also seen it is good to talk to our boys so that the girls don't feel embarrassed. In case you mess up, you see how girls mess, they are after that, then that is your low self-esteem. When low self-esteem comes in, the girl is very vulnerable. And now we'll look for maybe friends to feel I'm also confident, I'm also strong, and there the teenage pregnancy comes again, which is becoming very common. So we teach those programs because we want our young children, our girls, our homes, and our community to grow with that kind of knowledge. You know, parents don't want to talk about sex. But if we don't talk about it, they will go to explore. And that is where the teenage pregnancy comes in. We talk to them.
And now moving to medical fields, Kenya is moving to closer to producing its own vaccines, with the Kenya Biovax Institute announcing that it will begin local manufacturing by 2027. Supported by the World Bank, the new facility aims to strengthen the country's health security and to position Kenya as a regional hub for medical innovation.
And for us, this is a relatively new kind of endeavor, because traditionally the World Bank would support individual countries to take care of issues at the national level. But as you know, and as we learned from COVID and Ebola and many other health emergencies that we faced, these health emergencies do not respect geographical borders. And therefore, in order to be able to successfully combat them, we really need to think about how we come together as a region.
This program covers 11 countries already, but Kenya is one of the initial beneficiaries. We don't have the whole 1.5 billion, but we got 120 million out of that 1.5 billion, which is quite significant to support the work we are doing here in Kenya.
So this is a fill and finish facility. So you have the bulk drug, and then you bring it in, and then you do the fill and finish, or the dosage form. So you will have 72 million doses per year. That's 6 million doses per month. And then beyond the fill and finish, you have drug substance, which will not this facility will not do, but those are the future plans.
When you look at the vision, Kenya Vision 2030, this is one of the flagship projects of the government. So His Excellency the President has been very particular to this country achieving vaccine self-sufficiency.
And now moving to sad politics, nominated Member of Parliament Joseph Hamisi has died at the age of 56. The National Assembly made the announcement saying he passed away early Saturday morning. The late nominated Member of Parliament got into office in 2022 under the Amani National Congress ANC party. He served in the Departmental Committee on Sports and Culture, as well as the Select Committee on National Cohesion and Equal Opportunities. The Speaker of the National Assembly, Speaker Moses Wetangula, together with other leaders, have remembered him as one with humility and steadfast commitment to the service of the nation. And still in the National Assembly Speaker Moses Wetangula has called on members of Parliament to allocate the sports docket more resources. Wetangula said athletics is, without doubt, the #1 marketing arena for Kenya. Speaking in Uasin Gishu County Saturday morning while gracing the 3rd edition of the Great Chepsaita cross-country run, Wetangula said that Kenya has talent that knows no boundaries. The annual event was organized by the personal assistant to President Farouk Kibet. Wetangula, the great initiative that has given talent space to be nurtured across the age groups in the country.
And today's theme, running for education. We run for education, we run for health, we run for fun. But today, athletics is without doubt the #1 marketing center and arena for our country. Naomba wabunge wetu na kila mtu, hasa wabunge kule bungeni, allocate more resources to sports so that we can grow our talents. That is how great our athletes have put our country. So as we run today, under the patronage of Farouk Kibet, I want to encourage Kenyans, those in positions that can help others. This is a process of identifying our champions of tomorrow. And many champions are never identified because they don't get the opportunity to stand up to be identified. We have seen little boys, little girls, and I said these are the Beatrice Chebets of 10 years ahead of us. We must manage our succession in athletics by doing things like what we are doing today. I will be part of this movement. I'll be here routinely to join you, and I want to say hongera sana Farouk and those who supported you, your sponsors, and above all, we must all be proud to be Kenyans. We must love each other. We must love our president because we have only one president at a time. And we must support the government to ensure that Kenya lives to meet and fulfill the dream of our president from a third world country. First country. If we did it in 30 years, We can do it in even less. No doubt that our talents are boundless. Our talents have no boundary. Our talents are fathomless, and our talents will take us to where we must be.
And now wrapping up, leaders of the DCP party have condemned the government over the violence and deaths reported in Ikolomani, accusing the police of using excessive force against gold miners during Thursday's protest in Isulu, where 4 people were killed. Speaking at a reception for new sworn-in DCP MCA Dixon Aduda, party officials including party leader Rigathi Gachagua, deputy leader Cleophas Malala, and Kiambu County Senator Karungo Wathangwa strongly opposed the planned relocation of over 800 households in Isulu and Bushiangala to make way for gold mining on 337 acres of land by Shanta Gold Mining. They called on local leaders to urgently intervene on the situation.
Anatoka Kwisero, mahali Atuoli anatoka. Na sisi tunataka kuuliza watu wa Ikolomani, msitoke pale kabla hamjapatiwa pesa zenu. Hii serikali tunaijua na hizi makampuni. Watakuondoa utalia miaka 50-100. Kule kwetu walituondoa wakiweka bypass. Bypass ilitengenezwa 2018-2019 mpaka 2002. Hawajawalipa mpaka sasa. Sasa watu wa Ikolomani mkihama pale, zile familia 800, mkiwa mmeacha mashamba yenu, mkiwa mmeacha gold zenu, zitakuliwa na makampuni ambaye Kazongo anajaribu kusaidia. Sasa msitatueni. Hili lifanyika, wewe kwa hapo umejifunga nyororo kwa shingo, unasema bila mtu. Ila hali mnajua hizi maneno. Msanya Mudavadi, Wetangula, wabunge wetu wote wamepewa pesa waunge mkono hii maneno. Mimi nimesema I will not abide to that.
And that brings us to the end of the Saturday report tonight. My name is Chemutai Kirui and my director has been James Ondieki. Until next time, continue keeping it in Dizzy TV Africa for more entertainment and for more updates on what is happening in Kenya and across our borders. Until next time, have a good night and a safe weekend.